Weight loss over 40 is not easy, and it is definitely not a calories in, calories out thing. For women in our 40s, hormonal health plays a huge role. Add in perimenopause, and oh my gosh, the hormone roller coaster can be a lot to tackle. But there is one area you might be overlooking that can make a huge difference in helping you finally release that stubborn weight. And that's your gut. If your gut lining is damaged, it doesn't matter how clean you think you're eating, your body can still stay stuck. So I'm gonna explain why, and I'm gonna share what happened when I fixed mine. Hi, I'm Ryan. I am your keto cousin. I am a keto coach and a certified advocate through the Metabolic Terrain Institute of Health, and I help men and women struggling with metabolic issues finally reclaim their health and vitality through lifestyle changes. Today, I want to shed some light on gut health, specifically leaky gut, and how absolutely important it is for health, and how if you have it, it can keep you stuck no matter how healthy you think you're eating. And I'm gonna share my story with it, the simple signs to watch for, what causes it, and exactly how to start repairing it so your body can finally let go of that extra weight. So this video might be a little bit longer because I have a little story time to get into. So earlier this year, maybe around March or so of 2025, I let my diet slide into what I can only describe as pure indulgence and convenience eating. You know, the one where you're grabbing whatever's quick, tasty, easy. For me, it was Quest chips, nuts, keto treats, and I had this low-carb, gluten-free bread that I began to obsess over. And I was putting cheese on everything. At the time, I was in complete denial about how much dairy I was actually eating. But I have to be honest, I don't really obsess over my weight, but I was shocked when I went to the doctor and the nurse had me step on this scale and she read my weight out loud. And honestly, I was like, I think your scale is broken. I also really wasn't working out like I used to, and I noticed that the scale was creeping up very slowly, but I thought it was my lack of consistent workouts because I used to lift heavy weights 4 or 5 times a week. So after that doctor's visit, I honestly just shrugged it off and kept living. I mean, I'm getting older, bodies do change, and I really didn't have time or energy to obsess over a few pounds. I figured that one day I would get back into lifting and all would be well. So the key part of this story is also that I suffer from uterine fibroids. I've been dealing with them for about 15 years and they are a beast. But they started causing me some serious discomfort. So I've been on a mission to figure out how to manage them and shrink them. And through my research, I realized that inflammation was what was making my symptoms even worse. So I've been working to reduce my inflammation, and I'm gonna share what I did in a bit. But let me tell you the good news. I recently stepped on the scale, and baby, I'm at my target weight. I lost 10 pounds since that doctor's visit, and it involved no cutting of calories, no working out, just removing the inflammatory foods that were affecting my gut health. And once I understood exactly how the gut worked, everything clicked. According to a comprehensive 2020 study that was published in Gut Microbes, research shows that obesity is often associated with lower gut microbiota diversity and higher intestinal permeability, what is often called leaky gut. So your gut isn't just where food gets digested. It's also a major player in your metabolism, your hormone balance, and your immune system. So think of your gut lining like a fine cheesecloth. When it's healthy, only the nutrients that your body needs can pass through it. But when that lining gets damaged, those tiny holes in that cheesecloth, they get bigger. And that's what's called leaky gut. When that happens, food particles, toxins, bacterial byproducts, they can slip through into your bloodstream where they don't belong. And then your body sees these things as foreign invaders and it immediately mounts an immune response to get rid of them. That that immune response will trigger inflammation. And if it keeps happening, that constant inflammation can throw your hormones out of balance. It can make weight loss harder and even contribute to autoimmune conditions like lupus, MS, Hashimoto's, psoriasis, and many others. So, how to tell if you have leaky gut? Well, my guess is that most Americans, due to our crappy food system, suffer from it. But you might have leaky gut if you notice frequent bloating, gas, irregular digestion, if you have skin issues like rashes, eczema, acne, if you have food sensitivities that seem to come out of nowhere, if you suffer from fatigue or brain fog, and if you have stubborn weight gain despite healthy eating. So if several of those sound familiar, the next question is, well, what is causing the damage? In many cases, it's a mix of diet, lifestyle, and environmental toxins. Some of the most common triggers are diets high in processed, packaged, or inflammatory foods, consuming excess dairy or gluten, eating non-organic foods sprayed with toxins like glyphosate. So glyphosate is a weed killer that's sprayed around many conventionally grown crops. And research shows that it can damage the gut lining. It can disrupt the healthy gut bacteria and increase intestinal permeability. And in animal studies, even low-level exposure triggered gut inflammation and changes in the metabolism. So leaky gut can be caused by other environmental toxins from the air, the water, and household products that we use. Chronic stress is another cause. Overuse of NSAIDs, think Advil, Motrin, Aleve, and certain other medications. But the good news is that you can start repairing your gut right now. And the results for me came really quickly with some simple changes. So here are some things that I did and I continue to do. So I consume herbs that quell inflammation in my golden tea every morning. This has turmeric, ginger, cloves, cardamom, fennel. I cut out dairy. I was having cheese probably 3 times a day most days. Now I might occasionally have a slice of cheese on a burger, but I cut out all the cheese in my eggs, the half and half every morning in my coffee, the cottage cheese that is now such the craze. So I also cut out processed snacks. So my guilty pleasure was Quest chips, as I mentioned. I love the loaded taco and the chili lime flavors. Those hit. But the ingredients list was just whack. And I always knew it, but again, indulgence. So I'm now eating very cleanly, single ingredient foods. My meals are simple and easy to prepare, which is actually a big plus. And when I am done eating, there is no bloat. I also removed nuts. I had already developed an almond allergy years ago from what I believe was overconsumption of almond flour. So to be safe, all nuts are out. I cut out most veggies for now. Things like broccoli and cauliflower were bloating me badly. So right now I'm sticking to mostly meat and fruit. I consume only plant foods that don't bloat me. So squash, zucchini, okra, some tubers like sweet potato and Japanese yam, and some sweet fruits. So this is somewhat more of like a low carb paleo diet. So if you are working on managing insulin resistance, you'll want to stay away from the sweet fruits and the tubers. So if you want to work on your gut health, here's where I would recommend you start. To heal your gut, you're going to need to cut out some foods. But some foods you may be able to bring back in slowly over time. But if you notice a flare when you bring these foods back in, you probably will need to eliminate it for longer or maybe even forever. So 1, remove inflammatory foods. Cut out all processed foods, excess dairy, gluten, artificial sweeteners, any grains or nuts. So add in collagen and gelatin from bone broth or meat stock. If your gut lining is already irritated, meat stock is gentler, lower in histamine, and still rich in collagen and minerals. And it's made by simmering meaty bones for just a few hours instead of the long cook time for bone broth. You want to add in easy to digest veggies and fruits. Focus on the ones that don't bloat you. Again, for me, it was squash, zucchinis, okra, sweet potato, low sugar fruits, and berries. Consider adding in glutamine. It's an amino acid that fuels your gut cells. It supports the intestinal lining, it reduces inflammation, and it improves nutrient absorption. You want to add in those probiotics and fermented foods. Think foods like coconut yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut. So if you're suffering from leaky gut, I highly recommend checking out Dr. Davis's book called Super Gut. It has a lot of great information. So your gut health may be the missing link in your weight loss journey. When you heal your gut, you reduce inflammation, you balance your hormones, and you make it so much easier to lose weight. If you're ready to create your own gut healing, metabolism boosting plan, you should grab my guide and journal. It's called Metabolic Mastery. It's linked below, and it is the perfect way to get started building that solid foundation. I'll see you in the next video.